What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a final video of not the final video, because we're going to be doing more and more videos of the van, but basically I'm going to be showing you everything is pretty much done. It's about, I want to say 90% done. The equipment's already in there, and we'll just talk about the van a little bit. I'm going to show you all the equipment and how I got everything set up and why I placed things where I placed it and all that good stuff. Now I do want to say that this is not permanent. Obviously I still have to get the stickers off the back. Obviously I still have to wrap it. I still got to get it tinted, and I will be putting something on the floor, but y'all see basically. So right now I've been using the van to go on details and stuff, and it's been pretty great having the room. Y'all can't see inside there because it's dirty and it's been raining, but let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and open it up and I'll start explaining to y'all what all I have in there and what the rest of the plans is going to be for the van. And before we start diving into the van and I start showing y'all everything, the reason why I went ahead and started doing, I didn't record like putting everything in there, mounting everything and all that stuff, because it was raining and I really wanted to concentrate. I was more concentrated on getting it done. When I record these videos and stuff like that, it takes me longer because I gotta turn the camera off, record, I talk a little bit, do whatever, show this and show that. Since it's been raining a lot and I haven't been doing any detail, I've been doing details when I can because of the rain. I've been working non-stop. Like when it's raining, I'm out here working on the van. When it stop, if it start going too hard, I shut it down. And then when I want to stop, I would come out here and start working on it some more, trying to get everything together and everything ready to go. I'm going to make videos based off your questions. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. This is just a me briefly showing y'all everything that I put in the van and how it's going so far. There's a lot of stuff I did that I didn't record because I was working in the rain and I just wanted to get it done. And I was very determined last week to get this van done. So man, I can't even tell you how much money I spent trying to get stuff done and how many mistakes I've made. Now I'll make a separate video talking about the mistakes and all that stuff like that. This video is more so just to focus and show y'all everything I have done. So everything you're gonna see in here is placed where it's placed for a reason. There's a reason it's placed right where it's at. I didn't just put things here randomly. No, like I said, there's a reason it's placed where it's at. So first thing first, we're gonna start on the right side, which is where you see I have my vacuum, I have my shampoo machine, my steamer, and this is the pre-spray for when I do the extraction. Now the reason why I put this right here is because I wanted to easily be able to get the vacuum out because I used it a lot, get the shampoo machine out, and the steam out, because those three things are something that I use pretty much on a daily. I use a couple of times a week. So I wanted that to be easily. So at first I was thinking about putting this dresser right here, but then it's like, it's just towels. I don't mind reaching in to get that. A lot of people, when they do their mobile detailing van, they make it look like really great. And I'm like, damn, you know, they have this flooring down, they have really nice stuff hanging up, it's neat and everything. My personal opinion is, like me, I'm gonna put some floor down, but after I use the van a couple of times and I'm happy with the way everything is set up, because there's a couple of things I do want to change. So my own personal opinion is, make the van, you need to put your van together and make money with it first. You worry about the looks later, of how the flooring looks and how the wall looks and how everything looks. Make it efficient for you to do your detail. That should be your number one priority. Just get it efficient enough to do your detail. And I've been doing details with my van, and it's a whole lot easier cleaning up and getting stuff ready to go than the Durango. And at the end of the day, I don't have to do a lot of cleaning. I just have to kind of fill my water up, take my dirty towels out, go wash the dirty towels, and that's it. Refill my equipment. So I forgot about that. refill my bottles. So all my bottles and stuff are on the door. I did want to make a bottle holder, but I couldn't find the material to make it. So I decided to just go ahead and mount the crate on here. Now y'all can see it's starting to come out a little bit, so I have to redo that. So we move on to the left. We have all my we move on to the left. I have all my hose reels. So now I don't have to roll it up by hand or anything like that. This is the air hose reel, which I got from I got this one from Northern Tools. I got both of these from Northern Tools, the pressure washer and the air hose. So basically all I got to do is pull it, it'll lock in place, and then I pull it one more time and I can roll it up. It makes cleaning up a whole lot easier when it's on a hose reel. Now this one is a 30-foot hose. It's a 30-foot hose reel, and this actual hose is a 40-foot. But I'm gonna be changing the hose because it becomes a problem with hitting down here. Now this one you have to do it by hand, but I mean it's really not that bad. It's still better than doing it around my arm and then tossing the hose somewhere. And then right here I have a extension cord on the hose reel also. This one is only 30 foot. Eventually I'm just gonna put this in my garage and I'm gonna get a 50-foot or something longer, most likely just a 50-foot, because 50-foot that's good enough, trust me. So like I said, this one same thing as that one, as the air hose reel. You just pull it, goes back in, it makes cleaning up 10 times better. We're gonna move on. Here's my generator. So you're gonna notice I use a lot of bungee cords to kind of hold things in place, and it's been working pretty great so far. I bought these little anchors from Harbor Freight right here, and I have them inside the I have them screwed through the MDF, basically, you can see. And then I just put the strap, whatever size strap, over it that'll work to hold it down. My generator has not moved since then. It's been perfect. And then mine you have to pull. I would recommend you get an inverter generator. You don't want one of those. Honestly, you don't need one of those big generators. Or like, I got this generator because I hate the way the other one that I had was just too loud. I hate the way it was too loud. This one is not as loud. I do want to get one that's bigger that can power every single thing plugged in, but that'll come later, and it'll probably be an inverter. Inverter is more expensive. For what I paid for this one, I could have got a good like 4,000 watt probably generator, but I really wanted the inverter one because I can put it on eco mode. I can put it on eco mode and it'll conserve a little bit of gas basically. So this next one I have right here, on the side of the generator, I have all my my buckets and my wool cleaning stuff. So here's my wool cleaning brushes. This is my Dark Fury right here, bottle to spray on the wheels, tires, fender wells, and I spray it for bugs. Both of my chemical guide buckets, I bought a little roller now, which honestly, if you have one of these, this does come in handy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does come in handy. And then I have my comb. So I just put my comb basically right here, and y'all can see I have it strapped. I have a strap. So basically when I want to use it, I just unstrap it, put the strap to the side, I pull my stuff out, and everything is good. Everything stays in place. I never had a problem with it so far. Now we'll move up here. I put two straps up here, two ratchet straps right here. They're super tight. This holds my spray wax that's drying agent, which is Formula 4, and then another bottle that I have. This is empty. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet. And then this one holds my leaf blower right here. I bought a leaf blower. I don't even think I even told y'all that, but I did buy a leaf blower. This comes in handy. Has a little turbo sanding on it, and it holds all my hoses. So this is the shampoo hose, and then the vacuum hose. And then up here I got these clamps right here to hold them in place, and it works perfect, honestly. I got those clamps from Walmart for like $2 or $3. I doubt $3, but at least $2. And basically all I got to do is I just hit it up, it unclamps, I can take it off, and when I'm ready I put the clamps up here, and when I'm ready I tie it back up with the red thing right here, the silicone zip tie, and then I clamp it to the top, and I have no problems. My hoses stay right there. I don't have to take this off anymore. It's just a whole lot easier. So one of the biggest changes I made that I haven't told y'all is I no longer use the gas pressure washer. I switched to electric, and I'll tell you why real quick. I was testing out a water pump. As y'all can see, I have a water pump now, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I was testing out a water pump setup with the gas pressure washer, and it wasn't bolted down in Durango. And then what happened is I ended up pulling it and broke it. So now I have to order a part for the bottom. As y'all can see, I broke this part off, and I just went by an electric one. If you're starting a mobile detailing business, I would, and you have the money to do it, I would recommend, now that I have an electric one, it's just a whole lot easier. And you have a generator. If you have a generator and you have that can power a water pump and an electric pressure washer, I would recommend you get an electric pressure washer. You don't need a strong pressure washer. Now this one is the cheapest one that you can buy at Home Depot. 1600 psi at 1.2 gallons per minute. If you can get one that pumps about anywhere between 2 gallons per minute and up, then that would be good for you. This one, I mean, it does really great. I haven't had any issues with it. With 1600 psi, I can't complain. This one was 23, and I felt like it was a little too powerful for cars. It'll knock the paint off the brakes and stuff. This one, not so much. This one isn't as powerful. And I hope I'm not losing y'all. I hope it's not too confusing for you. So let's go ahead and make it to the back area. All right, so what we gonna start with? We're gonna start with the pressure washer. So the pressure washer is also mounted to the ground with, you guessed it, a seatbelt. So the seatbelts that I took out, I recycled one of them. I just cut it and I just put some screws in it to hold the pressure washer down, and it works great. I do plan on doing a video on a gravity fed setup and a water pump setup. Now, if you don't have the money to do the water pump setup, don't do it. Just do gravity fed until you have the money. Now, now that I have a water pump setup, I love it. It makes things a whole lot easier for me, especially with I just push some buttons and that's it. So I've been testing this for a while. I just haven't said anything about it. I've been testing it in the Durango, and now that I have it in the van, it's just 10 times better. I got this water pump from Harbor Freight, and this water pump is actually so it's plugged in, but I can also put a battery on it, and it can run off of the battery as well. But you have to buy the big battery, and I haven't bought it yet. I just have it plugged in. So the way I have it right now is basically the extension cord is plugged into my generator. That's the top plug. And then the second plug goes up here to this extension cord, and all this, which is the air compressor, the water pump, and the pressure washer, is plugged into this extension cord. I keep this off until I turn the generator on. I let it run a little bit, and then I kick these on. So that's just how I decided to do it, instead of having to. It makes things a whole lot easier, because what I was doing was I was having to unplug this and unplug that and plug this back in and plug that back in. It eliminated everything, and I no longer have to do that. Everything that's plugged into the generator stays, and then everything that's plugged right here stays. And when I need to use the vacuum, I don't have to unplug anything. I just plug it into the extension cord on the hose reel. So obviously my this is my air compressor. I don't know if I made a video about this, but I did buy an air compressor, Harbor Freight Fortress air compressor. This thing is super quiet. Cannot complain about it at all. I wish it had a bigger tank. This video, like I said, is just an overview, I guess is the correct term for it, of all the equipment I have up in here. Now I will do a full in-depth, maybe, I mean, if y'all want a full in-depth video of the equipment and stuff like that, and then I'll do another video, because I upgraded a lot of stuff and I got rid of a lot of stuff. I'll do another video of how much everything in here costs. So obviously I still have my 35-gallon water tank. I do plan on getting another water tank or either upgrading to a bigger water tank. I haven't made the decision yet. Right now, the 35 gallon works. I've been having the 35 gallon since I first started, and I have not had any issues with it. I've actually cleaned 4 cars with this, being very conservative. So it's the perfect water tank to start with. Like I said, I will make videos on, I'll try to make some videos on the water tank and all that stuff. That's why I need y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all want to know, and from there I'll know what type of videos to make about this type of stuff. So this may get confusing, and I know this is going to be a video on its own. As y'all can see, I have all kind of different hoses going different places, and that's why everything is placed where it's placed. So for the water pump, if you want to be able to have the water pump on all the time, you're gonna have to run a hose to the water tank to make sure there's water going through your water pump at all times. You can't just leave it on. So with the water pump, you can't just leave it on. You gotta have you gotta have some water running through it at all times, or eventually it'll heat up and it'll mess some stuff up. So what you see is I have one hose. Let's start at the water tank. So on my water tank, I have my connection. It goes to a little Y. This right here hose is to fill up buckets, and I'll show you that once we make it outside the van again. This is to fill up buckets. This goes to the water tank. So this goes to the water tank, as you can see right here. This is the out. It goes to another Y. So this hose right here goes into the pressure washer. This hose right here goes back to the water tank, and I come back here whenever I start my detail. I come back here, I have a cap on it just to make sure it doesn't leak, and I put this in there like that, and so that way I can leave the pressure washer and I can leave the water pump on pretty much the whole time I'm there if I wanted to, because nothing's gonna happen. The water pump won't overheat because there's constant water. Basically, whenever I'm not using it through the pressure washer, it goes back into the water tank. So that's how I have the setup. I do plan on one day doing a video on basically the water pump setup versus a gravity fed setup. This is better, hands down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've done the gravity fed setup for a long time. I did the gravity fed setup, and the water pump setup is great. Honestly, what you're gonna pay for a gas pressure washer is about the same for the water tank, the water pump, and this pressure washer. You can't beat that. One thing I did change, I did get a new steamer. I got the McClellan, however you say that, steamer now. The top one, whichever one, the biggest one that I got. All right, so now instead of putting things in crates and always looking for it in a crate, I bought a bag, Harbor Freight. So this is my little bag. I put it in the middle with me over there, and I grab this when I get down. So this has my drill in it. I'm gonna keep some type of brush, these brushes, things for the steamer, whatever brush, just little things, stuff for the carpet, pet hair stuff, and these, which, man, these, I love these. You put these underneath the wheel and you can pass your cart along, it don't get stuck in nothing. These, I gotta order me another set. That's my setup. As far as filling it up with water, that also is a system by itself. So what I did was I got a female connection. So I come here, I go to the back to my water tank. I open it up for, this is the hose I use to fill the bottles up. I open it up, and y'all can see I put this on here to put this little, so I put this in the bottles like this. It hangs at the bottom. I open it up and it fills it up. But I take this off, connect this hose right here to that hose. I just turn the water on and it fills the water tank up. Now, I mean, you have to sit there and watch it for when it gets full, so you can turn it off, obviously, because you don't want it will still overflow after I am happy with how everything is set up inside the van. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's gonna be long. It is what it is, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have had a good day. Oh, and remember, comment down below. That's how I know which videos to make. So comment down below, let me know what you want to know, what you want to know about, what questions you have. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you.